You won't believe what happens next. Gilda's astonishing reunion at the photo studio. The joy was like a rabbit finding a carrot, then drowned by a ruthless gaze. Even its leaving looked helpless. I stood there, frozen, like a computer that just crashed, thinking they'd never cross paths again. But little did on this particular lunch day, he caught sight of Gilda laughing with a fascist officer, and it was like seeing your favorite show get a bad rubric. Gilda's smile was like a shooting star, fleeting and leaving him questioning his own eyesight. Guy gazed at this familiar yet strange figure, his mind a whirlpool of confusion and frustration. But when he saw Gilda being sent home by the enemy, his anger erupted like a volcano. Gilda read his anger like a book, and the next moment, a tidal wave of passionate love was about to crash down. He found himself pinned to the ground, as years of bottled-up emotions burst forth like a dam broke open. Gilda threw caution to the wind. With just a little beckoning, their hearts magically connected. This is just a game. Wait, not now. I only want you to live. You know how I feel. She's falling for you, you know? I did most of the heavy lifting. You've got to go. We can escape to the coast from Boris. I've got a note. Don't be this naive. You've actually fallen for that German? Guy's eyes welled up, not wanting to see him fall into a treacherous abyss. But Gilda remained steadfast, unwilling to turn back. Do you know how hard I tried while we were in love? Don't forget about my epic tale with Guy. But Guy was left clueless. The German army officer noted Gilda's birthday amid gunfire. Even as bombs were dropping, he was racking his brain to celebrate Gilda's birthday. I was busy with his mission that day, when Gilda appeared out of nowhere, like a surprise cake. Go to the Labor Department, leave the clothes, 30 seconds, Gilda commanded as if issuing a secret order. She moved frantically, and somehow disarmed the guard, giving Guy a perfect chance to make his escape. Those frustrated Germans unleashed their pent-up rage on the intel officers, no mercy in sight. Many tortured to death, Guy's cover was blown, and he had no choice but to return home for a job search. By chance, he met an official responsible for French intelligence, finally uncovering the truth. Gilda voluntarily became an intelligence officer for the Anti-Fascist Alliance. Talk about going above and beyond. She risked it all, disguising as a Nazi officer to gather crucial intel, saving the entire army in the process. To keep things secret, she cut ties with the world, and Guy finally understood her silence. In 1944, the Paris sky was shrouded in smoke as that officer decided to take Gilda away, only to have his dreams shatter in the harsh reality. We don't love you, buddy. He was shot down cold. Suddenly, the anti-fascist soldiers rushed in, and before Gilda, they ended this mad show without mercy. But because of her internal ties, Gilda was treated like a traitor by her neighbors. They stormed into her house in anger, making her the center of their rage. Soon after, she was imprisoned in a dark and desolate sewer. Gilda watched the missing women with calmness, the witch prophecy echoing in her mind. At 34, her life was nearing its end, yet all she wanted was to embrace the most vibrant moments of life. Nick's life was stuck at 34, while Guy frantically searched for her among the ruins. The smoke engulfed him, suffocating, yet he stubbornly searched, ultimately finding only a crumpled letter in the trash. My love, I am trying hard to recall who I used to be. I always believed that our first love as ourselves were meant to connect with others. Yet I'm plagued by another belief. I think everything is already decided. I'm waiting, but time simply doesn't obey. Looking back now, I seem to feel a pressing doubt in my life. One day when I woke up, I realized I had lost the two people I cared about most. That's when I began to understand leaving this world all alone isn't the solution. I only cared about you, and that's when I grasped the depth of love. At that moment, he finally understood that Gilda's life was not a sigh to fate, but a fierce struggle for life. In a daze, he seemed to see the vibrant girl from years ago. Her eyes sparkled with a love for the world, while her steps were resolute into the unknown dark. Gilda was a free-spirited soul, never caring for societal gazes, just chasing her dreams. Subscribe to us, so you never miss any thrilling moments again.